All right, we are live. Hey, everybody. Rosie the dog is here sniffing the microphone. I have to hold Rosie for a little bit because somebody is delivering something at the front door, and Rosie will go absolutely bonkers when people are at the door because she wants to lick them to death. So here's what I want to do. I want to dive into today's training because it's pretty meaty. It's pretty heavy stuff. I'm going to hop off camera here and get behind the keyboard and show you specifically kind of the steps and the questions and the strategies that you can use online right away to pre-qualify people. And meaning you don't get on a sales call, you don't get on a discovery call, you don't get on a whatever call until you know the other person is in a good place. They're ready to buy, they're qualified, they have money. It's kind of our ideal scenario, right? So I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you exactly how to do it on this training. So let's dive in. So I'm going to walk you through a very simple and incredibly effective way to pre-qualify your clients online before you ever talk to them, before you give up your most precious asset, your one-on-one live time. So here's an example of how we do this for a done-for-you client of ours. This is Deb Lauren. She's a done-for-you LinkedIn lead generation client. You can tell right away looking at her profile what she does, right? Executive and corporate coaching, helping prevent employee burnout. So step one, obviously, if you're using LinkedIn to find leads and generate leads, have a client-facing profile. I've talked about this in plenty of other places, but really making it clear like what you do, why it matters, right? So I help teams, with burnout, et cetera, why this matters, because it costs $300 billion a year. So again, make it very simple. And now that's just step one, is having that client-facing LinkedIn profile. Step two is you simply go out and you use LinkedIn search here. I'll get my drawing tool out. You basically use LinkedIn search to find your exact prospects, to find people, either executives directly who might be dealing with burnout, or more likely, the HR executives that are in charge of that, trying to help the team, whatever it is, okay? So you find your ideal leads on LinkedIn, you engage them, you talk to them via one-on-one LinkedIn messaging, and you just ask them a question like, hey, are you looking for any tips on, avoiding employee burnout? Are you looking for any tips on how to prevent employee burnout? The reason I ask is, I've got a great free ebook on, 3 hidden causes of employee burnout and how to fix them. So it's a very simple formula for pre-qualifying people online. Step one is obviously you go and you find the prospects to talk to. Step two is you just have a simple free piece of content that can get them engaged, right? That can help them see you, demonstrate some expertise, share some tips on a topic. Again, they've told you they're interested in it because you're using a one-on-one message to say, hey, are you even interested in this? Are you looking for tips? Is this a challenge? Is this a problem for you or for your company, employee burnout? If it is, here's some free content that will demonstrate my expertise, give you some quick wins, show you some things you can do, and then again, help you get to know, like, and trust me. So as they go through the ebook, they get value. Deb is training them, teaching them, giving, demonstrating her expertise. They're also getting some of her story, getting to know, like, and trust her. And then at the bottom, here's where now we pre-qualify people. A lot of what people make as a mistake is they immediately try to jump to, hey, let's talk right away, and they don't pre-qualify. Or they try to get people to jump through a hoop and fill out an online form, but the person hasn't expressed any interest or doesn't know, like, or trust you enough yet. That's why you've got to have some content first. When you start with content, that warms up the prospect. It's kind of, again, guiding them along this journey. They want to take the next step now. They've read this, they're impressed. They see you really know your stuff when it comes to burnout. You've given some great advice. Now they, again, can pre-qualify and take the next step, which in this case, Deb is saying, hey, where do you want to go from here, right? What do you want to do next? And this is where she says, if you want to have a conversation, if you want to explore this further, just head over here, right? And then we show and make this a clickable image for her type form. So again, what that's going to do when you click on it, it's going to lead you to a type form. Now, what a type form is, I'll take you behind the scenes. It's just an online form. You can create these. They have questions. People answer them. It can be anything. You can also include videos in these. So it can be you on camera going, hey, tell me about blah, 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 right? And so you can see, like, I use these and set them up to pre-qualify people. So before you give away your time and just immediately get on the phone with people, you want to get in and build this kind of form, and you can ask questions. You can have people, rate themselves, scale of 1 to 10. You can get into, and I'm going to get into some of the strategies here. But again, on the back end, then you get all these answers, right? On the back end, people tell you everything before you ever talk live. And that's the real power of this is, again, people will come in and tell you, like, this is what I do, this is what I'm trying to do, et cetera, et cetera. Here's my, what one new client is worth. Like, they'll tell you the answers, right? So let me explain how this works, okay? So again, with Deb, step 1, client-facing profile. Step 2, we offer great free content. People go through it. Step 3 now, they come to her Typeform. They're coming in already warmed up. They've already consumed some content, which is key. Now you can see here's Deb saying, hey, look, in this case, Deb is promising it's going to be quick and painless, right? 180 seconds or less, So again, it's not going to, people sometimes get intimidated by forms. In this case, it's not, right? It's going to be short and sweet. So click start and look at how she's doing this. She's trying to get people who are going to rate themselves maybe in certain extremes, right? Personal mindset, 1, I'm burned out, 10, I'm perfect, right? So if I'm answering 1, my pain as a prospect is great. And the pain is so important for your pitch, right? The pain is the pitch. You're looking on the back end of this. If you're a burnout coach, you're going to be looking for people that are fried, that are like, dude, I am just crisp. Like, I am totally miserable, right? I'm burned out. If people are answering 10, life is perfect, they're either lying or they're not your ideal prospect because they don't have a ton of urgency and pain. That's why these forms are so valuable, is you get into the head of your prospect. They will tell you how much pain they're in, right? How's life at home? How's life at work? Here's another great question. Get into their head about, are they already trying other things? Do they feel like they're working? Yes or no, right? If they say no, right, then you can go to the next question. Has the pandemic impacted you? Yes or no, right? And Deb is just doing a quick qualifier here, right? You can see this is taking mere seconds. What's the single biggest hurdle? Make them tell you what's your number one thing you're struggling with. Again, you want to get down to one core problem. What's the one thing that keeps your prospect up at night? What's the single biggest thing they feel like is holding them back, right? So maybe it's work-related burnout, whatever, okay? What do you hope to gain by spending time? Like, what benefits are you looking for, right? So and you can fill all this out, and now at the end is where Deb will say, name, email, whatever. So that's an example of a quick and easy form. I want to show you a little bit more complex of a form, and this is the one that I use, right? And again, people hesitate about this, and they think, people won't fill it out. It's too long. It's too difficult. No. I get hundreds of these, right? So like you'll see, like when I go into the responses, like 175 of these already. So people will tell you. Now, I will say the longer your form is, your type form, yes, the fewer people will fill it out. But the beautiful thing about this is you can check the Insights tab and you can see, right, hey, all devices, what's your completion rate? How long did it take the average person? My form's a beast, right? It takes about 15 minutes to fill out, right? And only about 30% of the people fill it out. But again, I'm using this form to sell high ticket done for you programs, like very high tickets. So I really got to make sure that if you fill this out, you are really qualified. What I find is, again, the people that do fill it out and do complete it are really qualified in most instances. And so that's the thing that I love about Typeform, this tool, is you have insights. Like you can see like how many desktop, how many mobile, whatever. Like you can also see like how much time are they spending on each question? Where are they dropping off, right? So 91% of people drop off on question 1, probably because they're like, oh, this isn't what I thought. I don't want to use LinkedIn, whatever. Then you can look for problems, right? You can say, oh man, 15% are dropping off on this question. They don't have a LinkedIn profile URL. Should I not make that mandatory, right? So you can adjust as you go through the form and look at the data. Once enough people go through, you can see where people start talking about it. Like, here's a good example. Let me show you. When I ask about revenue, what's your current monthly revenue? Only 1% of people drop, right? When I say what's your target monthly revenue? 0. So that right there smashes, that assumption that people are afraid to tell you about money, right? I mean, nobody's dropping off when I ask about money. That's not a concern. So for me, that's really helpful because, again, I need to know what your revenue is so that a high ticket done for you, is it going to make sense or not, right? And so even here, like, people all say, well, people aren't going to tell you what they make, or people won't tell you what one new sale is worth. Again, nobody's dropping off, 0%. So this is a key thing. And I'll go through the strategy behind all these, but I love the fact that the numbers don't lie. Like, you get the insights, you get the data, okay? So this is the tool. It's called Typeform. I really like it, and for a lot of reasons. The other great thing about it, before I show you anything, is you can do what's called kind of logic jumps or question branching. So let me explain that. So what I do, the model that I'm using, right, is I'm going to people saying, hey, are you looking to win more business with LinkedIn? If so, here, grab a copy of my book, right? They opt in, they get a free digital copy of my book, audiobook, PDF, whatever. Then there's a call to action. And one of the calls to action says, hey, are you looking for done for you LinkedIn help? If so, let's talk. And then it links them to this Typeform. And I'm going to walk you through my Typeform. Again, it's more complex than a lot, but I'm going to share a lot of the strategy behind this. And the beauty of this, again, is now when I get on the phone with someone, I already know they've jumped through a lot of hoops. They are qualified. And that saves you so much time, because as we go through this form, you're going to see how I'm able to eliminate tire kickers, how I'm able to eliminate people that aren't ready, how I'm able to still bring value to people in other ways, okay? So I'll give you some examples here. So what I do on my Typeform, first questions are simple, like what type of work do you do, right? Who's your target audience? Just basics. Is your business full-time? This is something I ran into, right? I had a lot of people that came to me and were like, hey, I have a side hustle. I do have a day job, but I also have a side hustle. This is where you can get into what is called logic jumps. And this is something really cool. So it's like an A or B or if then. It's like choose your own adventure. So if they say, hey, this is a side hustle, it's going to say, okay, what's your current day job, right? It's going to jump to that. Now, if I go back and I say, actually, no, this is my full-time business, it skips that question. Did you see that? So again, if I go back and say this is a side hustle, it pops up a specific question. Well, what is your current job, right? But again, I can make the survey shorter, because if they say it's my full-time job, then I can just skip to the next thing. This is really powerful because you want to customize this as much as you can. So again, let's go down this little rabbit trail of this is a side hustle, my current day job, I'm a CFO. And then here, do you want to quit this to the point where you can quit your day job? I just want to know yes or no. Like, let's say yes, I want to scale this thing up. And then I get into how urgent. I always want people telling me in these Typeforms, how urgent is it to you to solve this problem? How urgent is it to you to make this vision a reality? Urgency, 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 right? We always want to know about that, okay? Just say super urgent. Profile URL, let's say nemo.com. Like, I'll come back to that. Here's another question, right? And again, you can see where I'm saying choose as many as you like. The beautiful thing with Typeform and building these is you can create all different types of questions. And again, you can put videos in, all kinds of stuff. So you want to know, for me especially, how are people already trying to win new business, right? What are they already trying to do? And then again, how long have you been around? Is this, you're just starting, whatever. Tell us more about the products and services. So I'll just skip to that. What's one new client or sale worth? And I already showed you the stats. Nobody's afraid to share this with me. And I think this is key for you. If on the back end of your sales, if you know right away that one new sale for this person is $25,000, isn't that going to impact your pricing? Right? If they tell you one new sale is worth less than $1,000, that's going to impact your pricing, right? It gives you knowledge, and knowledge is power on how to price your services and how to build value into a sales conversation when you know for the other person, if my solution gets you one new client, if my solution gets you one new sale, what's the value? And this is a key thing when I'm pricing my done-for-you services is I need to know that. Like if you're saying to me, yeah, you know what, one new client's worth 5 to 10K, I immediately know, okay, based on that program, we'd have to get you X new clients to, make the ROI make sense. So that's why I love putting this question in is what's your revenue? What's your sales, right? And so you put that in, whatever it is, let's just say that. And then is it ongoing? Is it one time? Is it, because again, you can do the math, right? The math makes the sale. So if someone comes to me and says, yeah, one new client is worth, let's say $25,000 a month ongoing, right? So, 12-month contract for, $25K per month. Now I can say to them, well, one new sale is actually worth $240,000 plus a year, right? $260K. So again, this is another key thing I learned about exposing kind of the gap, right? What's your current monthly revenue? Let's say the person says it's less than $5,000 a month. Now I say, what's your target? Like, what do you want to be making? Are they going to say, I want to just get from $5,000 a month to 5 to 10 a month? Do I want to double, triple, 10x? Like maybe they say I want a 10x, from $5,000 a month to $50,000 a month. Here's a key mindset thing. Okay, you've told me what you currently make and what you want to make. What's holding you back? And in this case, unlike Deb, I don't give choices. I just want them to say it in their own words. If they write in, this is a mindset question. If they write in COVID, if they write in the economy, if they write in bad luck, if they write in nobody is nice to me, right? Those are mindset red flags for me, because I want people, that are saying, hey, what I want to see in an answer is, I'm not a marketing guru. I need an expert, right? I don't know how to get qualified, quality leads, or I can close, right, but I can't, whatever. So like this for you as a coach, consultant, small business owner, whatever it is, this is so helpful to know what the prospect thinks is holding them back. If they're blaming it all on bad luck and COVID and whatever and the economy, you should have a red flag in your head going, yeah, they're probably going to find excuses of why this won't work for them too. If they say, no, it's really more just I'm not the expert. I don't know what I'm doing. I need an expert. This would be like if I was filling this out for a tax professional, I'd be like, what's the biggest hurdle for me saving on taxes? I don't know the first thing about taxes. I'm an idiot. I can't even fill out a tax form. That's why I need a guru that I can trust, right? So you're looking for those types of answers. And so as you go through, this is another one that I've added, like, have you used another, agency before? If you're a business coach, this is super helpful. Have you used another coach before? Have you used another consultant like me before? Yes or no? And then again, because of type form, you can do logic jumps based on how they answer. You can say, are you still using that agency? Yes or no, right? So no. Okay, well, how did things go? And again, I can go all the way back here. And if they end up saying, no, I've never used another agency, we just skip ahead. See that? So again, it's all based on these little decision trees and branches. If they answer a certain way, show a certain thing. So if you say, yes, I've used it before. If I say, yes, I'm still using the agency, well, that's important to me before I get on a sales call, then why do you want me, right? Like you already have a coach. Why do you need another coach? You already have an agency. Why do you need another one, right? So again, there's all these different strategies behind it. This is a key one, right? That really can sabotage a sales call is, do we have all the decision makers on the line? There's nothing more disheartening for you or for me than getting on a call, just rocking, a discovery call, rocking a sales call, getting to the pricing, getting everything agreed. And then the other person goes, hey, this is great. I just have to run it by my blank. I never make a decision without consulting my spouse. I need to talk to my partner. I need to talk to my spiritual guru, whatever it is. Like, I want to get them all on the call. The solution is I don't want to get onto a sales call unless every single decision maker is there, because and I know what happens is it becomes a game of telephone, right? And if the decision makers aren't there, you're relying on the prospect to go back and try to explain it all. And people aren't emotional, they're not engaged, they're not excited. I want all the decision makers on the call. So what I do is, again, the logic jump. If I say, yes, you're the sole decision maker, great, we're off to the next question. If I say, no, I'm not the sole decision maker, it says, who else do we need on the call? And then they can put that in. So when you reach out to set up the discovery call, you say, hey, thank you so much, John, for sending this in. Super excited. Would love to book a time with you and your wife, since I know she's an important part of your business and making decisions. When's a good time for the both of you to meet? Okay. So that's a key thing right there. Maybe that's my wife ringing the doorbell. Somebody's here. But anyway, Here's another great one. And again, people freak out about this, like, but again, it will help you qualify people because you want to know, like, what level of service best suits your needs. What level of engagement would you like? Okay. And so this helps because people will self-select and self-qualify. They might say to you, look, I'm a do-it-yourselfer. Like, I just want to watch training. I'm not interested in done with you, done for you. Right, but maybe some people are like, I want to do some of it myself and have you do some of it. That's done with you, okay? I don't have the time, just do it all for me. Or none of these are a good option for me. And what this does is it helps you and helps me prior to getting on the phone know, like, hey, what are you interested in? Like, what do you want, right? Do you want me to do everything for you and you don't want to lift a finger? And again, I put some ballpark rates in here. Like, these aren't the exact, specific price tags, but this helps people get through sticker shock. Okay. When they get on a sales call, and if they know that if they checked, I want you to do it all for me, they have a very wide range of potential pricing. They're not going to get on, they should not be getting on a call with you and going, well, what does your done for you look like? What's the range? Like, you're telling them, right? Because again, you want to save yourself time. And again, the decision tree, if they say none of these are good, then say why. Like, why is that? And they can say, I'm broke. And you can say, great, I don't want to waste time talking to you. Right? Like, seriously, would you want to get on a sales call? And would you want to do all this work and get the person all excited and then tell them all your prices? And then they say, yeah, you know what? Just none of these are a good option for me right now. I'm $1 million in debt, right? Like, or whatever. So again, you don't want that. Like, you want to get people to the finish line where they can say, hey, you know what? I'm really looking for a done with you, and here's why. And I saw your ballpark pricing, right? Or I want you to do it all for me, right? And then it'll go back and it'll say, fill in the rest of these. And again, on the back end, you get all the answers. So you get all the answers. It's like getting the, answers to the quiz before you take it. So this is why pre-qualifying people matters, because again, it makes the sale so much easier. So again, I can look at this one and say, okay, this is a person selling insurance. This is what they're looking for. It's their full-time gig. Okay, it's not any of these other things. Here's their, URL. Here's how they're currently getting leads. Again, what's one new sale worth? Get down to the good stuff, right? Okay, it's an annual contract, so they're going to make that money year over year for a long time. Here they're making less than $5,000, but they want to jump to 10 to 25 grand. And they're saying the reason that's not working in their mind is they got to have a new way to find prospects. They've been trying cold calls. It ain't working. Have you ever used another agency? No. So we skip ahead, right? Are you the sole decision maker? Yes. I'm preferring watching trainings without videos or support, right? And so we know, like, okay, this person, wants to do it themselves. So I don't have to necessarily get on a phone call and try to sell a huge done for you package. I can say, hey, knowing you're selling insurance and one new sale is only worth about $1,000, great news. I have a training for you that's $197, right? Like, if you make one sale, if you buy this training to make one sale, you 10x your investment or whatever it is, right? I have a training for $100. Like, this helps you know what to offer people because they're telling you, right? And so you can also see the urgency, right? This person's in a lot of pain. Like, this is a 9 out of 10. Oh, and then this is another great question I forgot to share. So let me go back to the type form. I'm just going to fill the rest of this in so I can get to the end. Again, how urgent is it for you, right? Urgency, urgency, urgency. And I'm even just giving them a number ranking. I want people ranking this a 10, right? My hair's on fire. I need to start yesterday, okay? And how urgent is it to start landing clients? 9, whatever. This one is what I want to show you. How much do you know about me? This makes a huge, 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 enormous, gigantic, incredible difference on sales calls. Have they never heard of you? Right? Again, I want to know, like, if you've gone through tons of content. Remember the beginning of this training? I'm saying, hey, I want you to start with content or with Deb and her ebook. Like, I want to know, do you know anything about me? Because if you come into the sales call with me, you've read my book, you do Noon with Nemo every week, you're on my email list, you listen to a podcast, heck, you've even purchased some of my online courses. I know, like, you're already sold on me, you know me, you like me, you trust me, I've demonstrated value. It's going to be a very good call, right? It's going to be an easy call. It's not going to be something where I have to convince you who I am and, am I good at what I do? You know my backstory. So again, the more of these they check, the more excited I get. If someone does this and says, I've never heard of this, this is my first introduction, then I say, okay, well, how the heck did you find Nemo, right? And I do the fish joke with my name, and they might say Google for, LinkedIn trainer, which is fine. But again, now I know before I get on a sales call with that person, there is no way I'm going to start and just hop on a call cold, okay? Because if they literally just Googled LinkedIn trainer and filled out my form, they don't know me, they don't like me, they don't trust me. I haven't demonstrated any value. I haven't gotten them any quick wins. What I'm typically going to say to them is, hey, that's so awesome. Thank you for filling out the form. I know I could definitely help you, but I think rather than, starting right away with a call and trying to tell you my whole story and approach, instead I've got a great blank, a great on-demand webinar, a great ebook, a great podcast episode. Give them some content before you talk live. Again, if they're saying they've never heard of you. Like if they come to you and they say, yeah, I loved your book, I've been through your webinars, then coming in, oh, cool, I don't have to start at the beginning. They already know my backstory, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the idea behind this, is using these forms to pre-qualify people, right? And then again, you can keep going through and you're going to see all these different options and opportunities, right? And people will tell you what they want. And that's the beautiful thing, is you'll be able to go through and see, hey, I want this, I want that, I want this. And again, it'll really be helpful, right? It'll really be helpful because again, people will tell you like, I'm in this much pain, right? Or, hey, this is what the issue is. This is why I'm not sure. This is et cetera, et cetera. So again, it's my number one thing that I love doing, is pre-qualifying people, because again, you've got to protect your time. The number one thing is like, Deb can help everybody. She's a rock star, but like, you've got to protect your time. And what I always have read and agree with is like, you can't be romantic about your audience. You've got to find people that you can serve who are qualified, right? You've got to find people who are qualified and let them do the legwork to tell you what they need. There's no reason you need to go through a phone call and manually ask all these questions. Is there? Do you need to do a live phone call where you say, well, tell me about what type of work you do and tell me who your audience is? Like, no, have them fill it out ahead of time, right? And if they don't fill it out, then they've pre-qualified themselves. They're not a good fit, right? Like, the thing about it is, don't have a scarcity mindset. When you look at LinkedIn, there are 900 million people on this platform. Like, there's no shortage of leads for you. What you want is people that want to go through your stuff. The more of your content they go through before they fill out this form, the easier it is. Okay. But regardless, whether you do a really long, complex form like I have, whether you do smaller forms, it doesn't matter. Like, the key is get those key questions in there. Like, I even use this for recruiting now, right? So for example, when I am looking for project managers, like, I'll actually show you what this looks like. I have tons of fun with it, right? Like, I'll come in, here's the desktop. I'll say, like, do you live in the US? If they answer no, I can just take them to the end, right? And submit and be like, sorry, like, you're done. Because again, I want people that are in the US. And so let me show you an example if I go back to this one. Because again, a little bit of what you can insert. So you can put photos in here. I do lots of animated GIFs and things like that. So let's just skip ahead. I'll just show you an example, right? What's your experience? Have you ever used it? And, put your personality in. That's the other thing, is make it fun. Like, have you ever done this? How do you handle difficult clients? Let me get to that one, right? So like, what's your approach to customer service, right? Insert your personality. These are just animated GIF images. You can also put videos in here. How do you handle unhappy clients, right? Like, this is great. I use this for recruiting. I use it for hiring people, because it really is a custom, fun approach to qualifying. And that, again, use your personality. Use use real photos of yourself. Use videos of yourself. You can put videos in here too. It really makes a difference, because again, this is this whole part of, doing business together. We want to get to know the other person, know, like, and trust. So again, you can see we use this for sales, recruiting. We use it for clients and internal sales, webinars, right? LinkedIn Riches applications, all kinds of stuff. So love it, love it, love it. Hope you found this helpful. There's so much, that goes on. I've got more, obviously, in my courses and training on how to do all this, but it's a great lesson for now. Number one thing, Pre-qualify people online, people that are interested in your stuff, that go through your content. They will be happy to fill these out. They will be happy to tell you more because they want to talk to you. So there you go. Hope you found that helpful, and we'll see you on the next lesson. What I shared with you today is actually part of a larger training, which I want to pull up right now. Okay, good. Manesh says yes. Derek says, of course, he wants to know why people buy. Yeah, duh, right? Okay, so let me pull this up. Let me pull up why people buy. This is a new online course I've created on why people buy, on sales psychology. So I'm going to put a link to it here in the chat. Ernesto says, heck yeah. Okay. Find out why people buy here. Oh, that's the wrong link. Hold on. All right. It's sales psychology and secrets. And I'm going to show you inside this in just a second. Find out why people buy here. I'm going to post it. And then I will also pop open a new window for you. Okay. And then what this does, yeah, that's part of it, Mark. That's a good question. That's a good answer. Let me show you the screen because this is a new course I developed called Sales Psychology and Secrets. And it really is a deep dive into why they buy, right? And how to ensure when you get into that sales call that what you're offering is irresistible. It's the right fit. And what I cover in this, is really talking about what they really want to buy, right? The opportunity and the phrasing and the psychology behind this, how to really build in that know, like, and trust into your presentations, into your sales calls, into your content. This was a really interesting one. The surprising secret to closing more sales. It's very simple, but I was shocked at how well it works. So that is in there as well. The psychology and strategy behind high ticket sales. I know I've talked about this in the past. This is a big one, right? Really understanding what goes into a high ticket sale. What's the psychology? How do you set that up? How do you ask for high prices? How do you find high ticket clients? That's another one. I've added a new training here about how to find and secure high ticket big name clients. There's a very different approach to that. And in fact, I've got some expert interviews on this too that I've added. It's very unique of how to actually do it. It's a lot different than other types of marketing. How to get people emotional and engaged without being manipulative, right? Really getting into the psychology and the strategy of this. And the great news is it's just $197. It's just one payment, $197. And I know for anyone watching this, if you're doing any sort of sale or you're getting any sort of revenue, more than likely it's, way more than $200, right? So what you're going to get in this course is just an insane amount of actionable practical tips. And again, it's special. It's a special opportunity right now. This is new. I just updated it with several new trainings. So it's kind of hot off the presses. Let me get into Thinkific and I'll show you the course so you can see behind the scenes. I know some of you have my other online courses. So it's the same thing. Like when you sign up with me, you can see here in Thinkific, I've got tons of different courses. I'll go into Sales Psychology and Secrets. This is one of my favorites. And it's probably one of the most valuable courses just because it really is psychology. It really is understanding how do you frame things and how do you ask people questions and what do they really want to buy, right? And so you're going to get swipe copy of what exactly to say about how to frame an opportunity. You're going to get transcripts. You're going to get, how and why, big name clients choose you, right? I've got interviews in here. We're going to go through what we talked about today, how to pre-qualify clients, what to actually say, right? So I'll give you like the exact questions here, like to set up that type form on your own, right? Here's the exact questions. Here's the order to do them in, right? Here's the samples. Here's core things that people want. If they say this, then do this. That's all included, right? With a walkthrough video. So it's very simple. And then this is really good. Like during the call, how do you do this, right? How do you build in the know, like, trust? How do you make transitions? How do you get to the pitch? How do you make an offer that just people say, this is a no-brainer, I gotta do it, right? How to close high-ticket sales. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here. Okay, we've got case studies. We've got all kinds of extra stuff. Let me know in the chat if you have questions. So let me turn off the screen share. I'm excited. I'm excited for those of you that want to hop in and grab this today. Let's do this. Let's do this. Anyone that signs up for it today, live right now, I'll just check here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, cool. My wife is texting. Like, get the groceries. Let's do this. Anyone that signs up for this course right now, 15-minute one-on-one consulting with me. Bonus call, one-on-one consulting. I will dive deep with you into sales psychology, sales tips, anything you want to know, lead generation, but really, really want to bring you extra value. So I know like some of you already, like Mario, we did your bonus call. We had a great time. I recorded it all on Zoom. I gave Mario my notes, my video. So again, anyone that signs up today, 15-minute bonus, one-on-one call on Zoom with me. Let me see what else we've got here. I want to make sure I'm not missing any other questions. So let me pop this open again. And I know we're getting toward the top of the hour. My groceries are melting. But I'll say get the course here. And yeah, I would love to get you going on this because I think once you understand the psychology of why people buy, and once you really understand how to pre-qualify people, like we talked about today, that really makes all the difference. It really, really, really simplifies your sales process. It shrinks your sales cycle dramatically. And most importantly, it saves time. Like your number one irreplaceable asset that we all have a limited quantity of is your time. And I would say like if a pain point for you right now is wasting time on calls with people who aren't qualified, are tire kickers, don't have budget, kind of lead you on and then say, well, I have to think about it. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to talk to someone. I have to come back in 2 weeks. Like all of that is solved. This course solves all of that for you. So if that resonates with you, then you're definitely going to want this course. So with all that said, let's do this. I will hop over to the sales page. So let me just show you that real quick. I'll hop over to the page. Down here in the bottom, you can see where it says chat with John Nemo. That is really me. On the back end, I have live one-on-one chat software, so I can talk to you if you have more specific questions. But again, it's like all my courses. You get a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. There's no hassle, no drama. Test it out. Test out the scripts. Test out the trainings. See how it works. Again, it's only $197. So again, I want to make this accessible, easy to implement, like all my different courses. You'll get in right away. You'll be able to see, right? Watch the video, go through the training, immediately implement it, copy and paste it. So with all that said, excited for those of you that are going to jump in. Just let me. It's a me. It's a really me. It's a Nemo. Yeah, absolutely. So sign up right now. Let me know either in the chat, the live chat, or via email if you're signing up, and I'll give you a free 15-minute bonus call. Derek, you're welcome. But I want to make sure people get over there and sign up. So let's do this. I will end the webinar for now. Hop over. You know the drill, hopefully by now. Hop over to the sales page. Check it out if you want to do that. And I see a few people just signed up. Okay, a couple of people have signed up. Okay, tell me in the chat if you're signing up. This is exciting. I'm getting alerts. So it looks like maybe Tim. I'm not sure. TRN. And I think Steve Touchdown Alexander just signed up too. Okay, cool. Let me know in the chat if you're signing up, if you're still on here live. I know a few of you just did. So, or if you're signing up, email me. Tim signed up. Glory. All right, Tim, free 15-minute bonus call. Email me. So email me, John at nemomediagroup.com in the chat. So Tim, and then I think also Steve already signed up. Yes, Kurt, Glory is right. Anyone who signs up today, you're getting that free 15-minute bonus call. Just email me, John at nemomediagroup.com. Steve, all right, Glory. All right, Steve is in as well. Love it, love it, love it. Steve and Tim, you've got the free 15 minutes. Anybody else that's signing up, just let me know or email me. You will get an email from, if you've never signed up for a course from me, you'll get an email from Thinkific, which is the course platform, saying, hey, go here, log in, whatever. If you have any, like if you don't see the login info, check your spam folder. If you've already bought courses from me, just use your same Thinkific login. If you've already bought courses in the past and you're just adding this course, they're all in one big library for you. So all your John Nemo courses, just use the same login each time. And then, yeah, I'm loving it. All right, good. I'm excited for those of you that are getting in. Let me know if you're signing up. Email me, John at nemomediagroup.com. Super excited for those of you that are diving in. Thank you, everyone, for being on. Thanks for rolling with me live. The video not working. Ugh, right? But hey, I know my material. I can still riff and do it live. So anyway, thanks, everybody. I'll turn off the webinar for now. Hop over if you haven't already to check out the course page. Let me know if you're signing up. We'll get you going. And thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.